Hello everyone, and welcome to some Ace Attorney Investigations. We'll be playing the second game, Prosecutor's Gambit. We are still in episode 2. So the thing is, right, if depending on how long the stream has gone on when we do finish this part, I may end early. But we'll see. Prison yard. Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something to find out. I'm with the truth on it all. Although, that may be said easier than done. I'm moving to investigate. Judge Gavelle's deduction yesterday. It's not a possibility, you seem to have overlooked. Along the yard. Could a body have entered the tunnel from below there? Summary, the body must have been thrown then as well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Hey Kingdom, how you doing today? Tell me, who else but could have done Mr. Saint? Had Knight's body really been thrown in the well? Answer that question may surely show us the way forward. When we begin, we should tiny up Myers head a bit little. Let's see here. Huh, there's a cover on it. Dread a well-slap-bang in the middle of prison. Figures to be locked. Doing great, how am I? I'm doing alright. Well, luckily, I'm a master lockpicker. Want me to do my stuff? I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book. Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa! Is it K? Lock's broken. From the looks of it. It's been broken for a long time. If that's the case. Then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well. Judge Gavelle's theory is that Mr. Saint carried out the murder in the yard. And then during the performance, put the body down the well. What are you thinking, Yknow? Plausible or no? Oh, why don't we see if Missile can help us again? Be able to tell us Mr. Knight's body was here. Which way it went? Good idea. I'll call Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe speaking. Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you. You bet, sir. Gumshoe 7 weapons to the rescue again, huh? I'm fairly sure Missile belongs to the prison. I'd like you to bring one of our witnesses. On very big circus and ask Mr. Ginnaberry to come down here with you. Yes, sir. Before you know it. So, what should we do while we're waiting for Gummy? How about a quick in behind and go see? Fun idea, kiddo, but where exactly will we hide? You're not finishing tomorrow, right? Or did I miss the dates? Yeah, tomorrow I will not be streaming. I will be out and about on the streets. But I will be streaming again Saturday. He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, you need to call on your practical skills. I think you know the one. Want to make sure? Yeah. Can you let me know if you're currently in an ad or not? Because if you're not, we can just go ahead and keep going. Well, since we're in an ad break, we'll just sit and wait. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, ad breaks are over. You know what I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up. Hmm? Say what now? Let me show you. Introducing a great thief scrape secret weapon, Little Thief. That's new. Whoa! Strange return from thin air. This is a next level attack, though, sis. Want to talk me through the deets? What are you doing now? I'm inputting everything we need for the simulation. Let me explain. This is Little Thief. The device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed us. How about I start us off with the recreation of what the other looked yesterday? Good idea. It was when they were in the middle of tearing down stage. We didn't pay much attention to the world then. Who knows? Hey, I've overlooked something. Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Beepity boop boop beep. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projection power to max and... Dark skies of evening, when all the bird dares to swing, one alone remains all seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern day Robin Hood. That's a updated scene. Yikes, what is this? It's a recreation of how things were yesterday, modeled on the dog, your little feet. This gadget was a tool used by the original Yatagarasu, but they used it to plan robberies. Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now. Oh, but keep in mind that it can only recreate what you tell it to. Can't simulate things it doesn't have the data for, and the data itself contains mistakes, and you wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too. This particular recreation is based on case photos, so we shouldn't run into any problems. Enough preamble, should we get started? Don't forget, you can examine stuff in the recreation, just like in real life. Also present evidence to try to clear up any inconsistencies you find. Of course. Thank you for the reminder. Now, let's take a look at the well. Examine this area carefully. And just hold the clue we need. Well, it's behind the stage, which means there aren't too many people looking to put on Knight's body down during the show. Something worse than worse, Mr. Saint. There's a sturdy-looking hemp rope lying on the ground. Kind of reminds me of those we were playing in Hug Martin School. What is this game? So the Ace Attorney series is a visual novel game. Normally, it involves court cases where you are a defendant and your client is like accused of murder, and it's your job to, save the murder. You'll gather evidence, and then when someone says something wrong, you're like, no, this evidence proves that you're wrong. This is somewhat of a sequel series, where instead of playing as the defense attorney, I am playing as his rival, the prosecutor. And this is the second game of that sub-series, where instead of like finding evidence and presenting in court, we're now finding the evidence to convict somebody. And this is after like a whole bunch of like character arcs. So like the person we were playing as now, he used to be a pretty shady guy but he was best friends with the main character, so he's on the good side now. And right now we're trying to solve a murder case that happened with a character we saw in the last part of the game. Like we got someone arrested last part of the game, and he got murdered in this section, and now we're trying to figure out who his killer is. The answer is no, okay. What? I didn't say anything. Yeah. See, there's a metal stake attached to one end. Oh yeah, looks like something you could use to put up a tent. Cool. Yeah, it's a really good series. I remember to play it every Thursday, and after this game, I will be back on the defense side of things, and you'll be able to see it, how it's like. There was no 10, was there? In which case, what was it used for? It's a metal weight of some kind. Looks like it weighs... First makes it a bit tricky to read. Remember how heavy it was, Kay? Sure, it was 30 pounds. What does anyone need such a heavy weight for, anyway? Doesn't seem related to the circus shouting, right? What are a bunch of pulleys doing here? No one's gonna be well pulleys for lifting buckets. So what do you think they're all stuck around the Wells 40s for? Can't see any animals needing them for their part of the performance. Indeed. Nothing immediately strikes as likely on purpose. Miss Berry later. Sure was waiting for the audience. Wow, you really had to put them all away. Really? Why? You've clearly never had a full bunch of boring trips before, huh? Not personally. I've told other people to do it, though. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. You gotta roll up your sleeves and help out once in a while. Yeah, I'll consider it. Do I play Pokemon? I do, actually. In fact, I was planning on putting, Pokemon Champions on the stream schedule next week. That is next week, right? Yeah, Wednesday slot. I have a bunch of, like, competitive... yeah, I'll show... I can't really post it now, but I have a bunch of Pokemon stuff, and I actually streamed all of Pokemon ZA when it came out back in November. A very good game. I was actually messing with Pokemon ZA today because they just released the Pokemon Home connectivity to it. Okay, so this is where the circus show stage should. Do you think people would be interested in the great TV show? I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. The great thief creates a griffin. Well, I'm intrigued, Madrina. Not exactly about the book stuff, though, yeah? Using Great Thief do that as an official investigation. Oh, enough with the death stares, Chief. Cool, okay? You can keep a secret. Anything for the truth, am I right? Most of the evidence has already been destroyed. No case reproduction of the scene, we've no hope in finding it. Hey, relax. Like I said, I'll just zip it and nod politely while you kept do your thing. Thank you. That'd be very helpful. But yeah, I am a huge Pokemon fan. Look at that. Basket, one of the cart in the wheels. Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop and race down the hill? Oh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down the hill on the office chairs. Where did that come from? I think I was said yesterday, actually. It's supposed to be locked. Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I can certainly give it a try. No. If deem necessary, we'll simply ask for the key. Spoil sport. What do I chance to shine? You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. What's the name of our trunk happy friend again? How's the other alias you know of him? Oh, of course. How could I forget? Not exactly inspired, though, is it? It must be very happening after she came up with it. Oh my gosh, Edgeworth. None from the poor elephant herself. So that's about all there is to find for now. The adventure should be here soon, too. Hey, you can power damage the thief now. Sure thing. Return to morality. Huh. Sorry, sir. Came as quick as I could. Do you play Scarlet or Violet? I have both. but I mainly play Scarlet. Ah, detective. Doesn't seem impressively quick. You know me, sir. Never to let the keep waiting. Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina. No problem. This seemed way more fun than rehearsal, so I chose them for the day. Is it? Okay. It's very much appreciated. Alright, detective. Let's get started with Miss Song. Yes, sir. Hey, Missile. Over here, boy. Hey, Reina. How are you doing today? What's the matter? Come on, boy. Come on. What's wrong with him? Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Alligator. I'm fine. How about you? I'm doing pretty well myself. I'm going to be seeing the Mario movie tomorrow. I forgot to mention that in chat. That is the reason why I will not be streaming tomorrow, because I'll be gone. I'll be gone during stream time. Yo, Sam. I hope you enjoy. Hold on. Excuse me. All right, I'm back. Yeah, me and a lot of my friends are planning to see it, so I won't be able to stream tomorrow. Alligator. Guess he's not a fan, sir. Well, I don't have you much use of help to us like this. Any other buddies? Yes, Mazrina? Yes, actually. Miss Brady, would you mind lending us a hand? I'd love to. Show what you need. Do you want me to teach Ellie some tricks? I don't thought she could do it, but nothing quite like that. Seems like I encountered the yard with it during the show. Oh, not her again, bro? Yeah, I was surprised to see her again, too. Apparently, during the stage show, the very big circus was doing a thing for the prison inmates. Like where this is going. You're looking at using Little Teeth again, am I right? You'd be so kind. Okay, I've plugged in all the data. Running the simulation. There you go. This is what the yard was like during the show. The time in which the body was purported to have been put into the well. Oh wow, this is so amazing! It's like magic. One of the Mega Men is this. It was in the first. It was in the first Ace Attorney investigations as well. No magic here. Just sweet, sweet data. Which is why. Ahem. Hmm? The A behind the stage is missing. Yeah, Regina said she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up, so we don't have any data on what it was like back there. No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal. So sorry, you guys. It's all because I let Timmy do everything himself. Oh, no. It's my Philly associate's fault. Objection, Fender. Anyway, we got that simulation now, but we still have other data too. You can check whenever you want to the recreation of them taking down the stage. So examine the both during and after the show, and switch between the two at will. And switch between the recreations by using Y to put the K. Now then, let's continue investigation, shall we? So, considering that please move. They want me to, I guess, switch back and forth. Okay. Hand the hell to Azia, the Aslan Elephant. Not empty as the lady herself is on stage. I wonder how they got her on in the first place. What do you mean? Well, the entrance to the yard is people-sized, and there's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through that fence. Kinda risky, no? Not if one turned off the electricity. Yeah, but then all the prisoners would escape. To an entrance blocked by elephant? I think not. This is a real puzzle, alright. We give some more thought. She's been enjoying the challenge. I'll leave her to it. Huh, this wasn't here earlier. The basket was here as empty in the other recreation. Oh yeah, but it was definitely empty in the photo I took too. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake when I was filling you guys earlier. Huh? That basket's for holding Azia's food, but on the morning of the show, all the apples that had it were vanished. Whew. Totally forgot to mention it. Sorry. Disappearing apples. Should make a note of this. Disappearing apples, huh? Did I tell you? I did talk to you earlier. Here's a lined up neatly for the show. We know there were a few empty seats during the performance. Huh. Something about this place. The way the seats are arranged. Reminds me of a karaoke contest I was a kid. You entered a karaoke contest? Sure did. I came in second. Even on the depths of night, when no bird dares to take flight, and alone soars the shine, and the light of precious nuts in the world's play. Tell me you didn't to sing that. Sure did. She did well to take second place. Perhaps stole is more apt. There's a more that she failed to steal the first place. I'm overthinking this. Story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. Wish I could have seen it. Wish I could have seen Simeon up there on the stage too. Oh, he was wonderful. The way he flew off that stage. Ah yes, that scene. Victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage. Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. When you're saying the crime took place during that time. Roughly how long would you say Mr. Singh was off stage for Miss Berry? Let's see. Is that around 15 minutes? Just as Judge Gavelle said. Isn't it pretty hairy health and safety-wise having an elephant fling a guy off stage? I don't know. This is very gentle. You throw him. I'm not sure if she flings him gently or roughly. Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. By the end, he was flung off that stage. Not because of Azza, though. Simeon had figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing? A trick. If you knew what kind of trick it was. Who, me? Oh no. It was Simeon's big thing. I wouldn't want her to start. Hey, Munchlax, how you doing today? All of my regulars are here. For Ace Attorney. We're missing some data for this point in time. Yep, that's the size of it. Go steal some data. Don't steal data, okay? I use logic deduction to get what I need. I'm more of an act first, think later gal. Please don't end up my workload due to recklessness. I had to order your arrest. Ace Attorney is peak, that's why. True. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Switch recreations. There you go. Tear down. And of course, we've seen this already. Everything is broken here. And the chairs have been folded. Stage has been taken down. I guess we now have to go for logic. I was a Gilskin at first. That's fair. No. Okay. So I have 5 things I need to think about. What if it's... I feel like the weight has something to do with this being flung. Really? Because I've touched everything, so which means the only thing left is logic. I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with you. Is it this? There we go. The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene. It has something to do with all the items we found by the well. Taking another look at these items, they have not been used for this trick of Mr. Saint. That's possible enough. Hey, maybe after the simulation. Good idea. Please go ask Mr. Saint for the details. Roger that. I'll be right back. I'm back, and he told me exactly how he did it. Excellent. Well, how does it work? He said he used the pulley at the top of the well to swing a heavy weight from the rope, and lowered that down at the well. The other end of the rope went through the more pulleys, which tied around his body. I see, so he used the downward pull of the weight to help him lift himself into the air. Huh. How did he get through that unscathed? But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to? He's a stick stopper, that's all. This bird didn't seem to know anything about the trick, or the contraption he built for it. In which case, I suppose he must manage to Saint himself who pulled the stake. That's right. To do that, he used the second length of rope. He tied it to the stake, and when he gave it a sharp tug, the stake was released and the weight dropped on the well. It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in the great thief's repertoire. It might be quite that easy. These kind of tricks that I usually practice the master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough. Alright, practice it is then. Oh, before you run away to do so, do you mind updating the simulation? Alright. We can see how it works for themselves. Then we can see how it works for ourselves. Okay, switching back to the recreation of the performance. And now to add in the data. Well, if you should be able to reproduce the trick now. So this is how Mr. Saint performed this trick. But wait, the weight doesn't belong there. Seems full of surprises, huh? I mean, dropping a weight down the well to help him plant the stage like that. That's genius. Indeed. But I imagine you need quite a lot of weight. More than him, at the very least. I've taken some serious trouble lifting into the air like that. Yeah, and probably a ton of practice. This doesn't belong here. Some heavy weight. Kind of makes you think how much this all was weighing on Sinyan. It does. I'm not sure I quite see it myself. Oh, too bad we don't have the real thing here. Otherwise, I'm hanging around your neck like a big old albatross. Can't see I like it. You'd face some stiff resistance if you tried, I can promise you that. Star, just like the one we saw in the workshop. Star, just like the one we saw in the workshop. Yes, but why is it here? But why is it here? Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm gonna kind of blank. And tend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts. I just say use the well to construct a contraption that would send him flying from the stage. Clever use of true ropes. Alright, well, I feel like the 30-pound weight and the pulling force need to be there. Wait, doesn't that seem kind of odd to you? No? You haven't noticed, Detective. There's something strange about the weight we found. The problem is the number of weights. That's to say, the one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground. Oh yeah. In which case, we have some weights missing. Sounds like I dropped my 7 secret weapons, sir. Should any of these memorized, especially speak of them then. I might be overthinking this. Yeah, I'm overthinking it. It's not quite right. The apples in the basket were likely to eat my Azza. Really? That's strange. Made sure to put the cart where our trunk couldn't reach them. Are you sure about that? Oh yes, it was still full of apples the night before the show. We must consider the possibility that the cart has moved somewhere. but it's moved more within average reach. The large basketball basket couldn't have been moved by the wind. It's likely means somebody moved it for a reason. Before the show even started, the card had been moved and the apple was eaten. Yes, this seems the most probable timeline. Let's look at the recreation K. Well, do. I'll add into the solutions and formers then. Updating based on what Regina told us now. There, all done. Okay, so I'm missing something now. But I feel like... Okay, no, that's just stupid on my part, because that doesn't make sense at all, actually, thinking about it. Alright, well... Don't say a word, sir. I know what you're looking for. It's written all over your face. It is. This will may be temporary action. My fish not always goes when you need it. You gotta give the metal detector a shot. I have that too. Never seen him so excited. Be sure to see if you either of them makes detective. So you're gonna let me use him? Surely that would pick it up, right? Tactile. Detective, I even need one of your secret weapons. Roger that. The metal detector, if you would, please, so kind. Ah, jeez. I'm never gonna use my fishing rod. Before we get started, let me know if you have the method, sir. Simple enough. Use the sound. In this game. Tell you how close you are to something made of metal. The closer you get, the more strongly you react. Especially going like wild like this. Just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. So what about here? Oh, the fence. No, that's not how it works. Tell me where you want me to look, sir, and I'll get right on that. Examine. Getting more of my supposed to look, sir. Well, that's just the metal pole, dude. Oh, it's a gold coin, sir. What a find! Go down in history. I don't imagine a gold coin set hidden long in a prison yard. How you found it? Never what I guessed it was hiding there this whole time. That's one of the coins from the big coin hunt we usually sold every 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. It's different for the whole family. Sure is. Prisoners have to hunt for the coins were braided on the yard. If they find 3 silver coins or 1 gold coin, they can sell them for a jelly donut. First the show, now the treasure hunt. This is a prison or a playground. Found something. There's something here, sir. I don't see anything metallic, but what does it pick up? Somebody just picked up some iron sand. Iron sand, doesn't seem you can pick up with the magnets. That's the stuff. I'd at the beach sometimes. I got just the thing we need right here. Introducing... I'm not acknowledging it. Are you sure you're making this up as you pass? Are you making this up as you pass along? It's an ordinary magnet I found at the hardware store. Watch this. If I bring it close to the... Stop right now, please. No. I just bring it close to the ground, and ta-da, picking up the iron. Woohoo! Come on, little guys, come to pop. It's too nice to be so easily entertained. Regardless, the investigation must continue. Sure, I'm picking up something over here. Take a little look-see. Huh? Something's like that in the grass. But the same as the weight as we found by the wind. Must be from Mr. Saint's trip. Don't hide these here on purpose. I count 4 altogether, sir. I'll be more than happy not to send them flying. If somebody hid several of the same weights as one by one about the wind. But why? Why are we here? Yes, nice work, me. Yeah! Alligator! Something nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh? What's the matter, detective? It's a metal detector, sir. It's a reaction to the alligator. What? How? You sure someone responding to the way to the pitch sound? No, sir, I'm sure it's something different. It's coming from the alligator. And she's gone. Please sure that big snapper good. I don't think that's it, Kay. Huh? Then what is it? Ellie hasn't been herself lately. That's the name, Ellie, the warden's favorite pet. She wouldn't even look at the food the guard gave her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, but maybe she would eat something that didn't agree with her. Maybe the metal detector was something to whatever she ate, sir. Oh no, what should she eat the weights? I highly doubt even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I'm missing by the equipment by the well. Hey, can you do the scene again? Come right up. My throat's getting parched. Why? Could Allie have eaten a coin? It's possible. Interesting. I'm thinking it's this rope here, but... I feel like the rope in the rope have something to do with it. Oh, wrong button. Mr. Saint's trick. It might be asking me to use this one and then say rope. I think it's what's on here. Think about the two recreations, the one during the performance and the one now looking front right now. There's a major difference between the two. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing. Oh yeah, Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't have worked with only one items we see before us. So I have it. Where'd the missing rope go? I think one of the missing pieces of evidence reflected might tell us exactly what that. Really? Which shows us where the missing rope went. The one where Bronco was tied up with. This rope was found beside Knight's body. Wait, you mean... Yes. That's been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick. So you're saying... Yes, this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. It's hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else. What was that, Dredberg? Come on, I'm dying here. Check out what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. See that, you'll soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped in the well, whose the iron weight was...
Take that!
It can only have been Mr. Knight's body that was dropped down the well. What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight. Yes. Somebody first put out the weights for the use for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. He let the rope around his body let loose. Both the rope and the Knight's body fell into the bottom of the well. The rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden. So that no one realized they'd been replaced with the body. Precisely. And then further deduced they were hidden by the killer. Well there, gang. Wasn't Paul Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere? Cooling down the well? Well, the killer thought of that. Which is why they used this. At least something that's wasn't ever going anywhere. The tarp. This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely the knight's corpse was wrapped in it. Oh, another piece of puzzle in place. It's still coming together now. Love it. But all we're doing is proving that the body did go in the well. Which means we're helping prove that Simeon was the killer. No? Not quite. What about Judge Gavelle said yesterday? Ah, but if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go so lengths to commit his crime? That's true. His body fell in the well when Mr. Saint used this contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals something about where the real actual answer was, or what they were doing at the time. Someone designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show. Yeah. I get it we suspected Mr. Kanis right away, huh? That was the killer's goal. To make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Barry. When exactly did Mr. Saint put this contraption together? It had to have been around the day before the show. The night before, actually. Yes. We started getting ready for the show around 9 p.m. And I think we finished around midnight? In which case, the killer must have switched the weight of the body after that point. But Mr. Kanis should know about this contraption. Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. I only thought that he taught his dog to spend bodies halfway down the wells. Which means Kanis isn't the killer. I don't think there's anything to do with each other. Another wondrous mode of animals is being used for the elephants. Someone has these apples, right? Yep. It's full of them the day before the show. They finished overnight. Oh, did you figure out something, Mr. Edgeworth? Quite possibly. Yeah, tell me what it is, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright, at least the game tells me if I've exhausted everything. Surely the game isn't saying that the basket and body uses weight. No, they are saying that. Because what if the body was used by the wicker basket to be moved? Baskets moved the night before the circus performance. We've deduced that the weights were switched for the body around the same time. I'm gonna check out it was coincidence, huh? The next question we should be asking is, how was the car moved? We can hazard a guess. The car would have been blocking the door. Which only mean that someone needed to open it. Now let's see what's... Oh, great. It's locked. Let me ask the guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard! Yes, miss? What can I do for you? Oh, it's fast. Guard, where's the key for this door? Oh, the warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it. She said no. Warden the guard is the only one with the key. Meaning if someone did open the door, they'd have to get it from her somehow. Thanks for the help. Look at these breakers. They must control electricity for the whole prison. So we're thinking someone got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What are they trying to do? Oh, I doubt they came in here by mistake by thinking it was a break room. They must have come to the table with the switches. Did they turn off the power to something? Come to think of it. I was thinking that was lost power. They might have lost power had a breaker been flipped. So it's either the door or the security gates. Because Mr. Science was not being detected. But why wasn't it being detected? He claims it was broken, but is that really the case?
Take that!
Oh yeah, so this was possibly siege trouble. Oh. Okay, so that's wrong. So it's the door then.
Take that!
It's not the door. Because these are all not wooden objects. This is not wooden. Security camera footage. And the timestamp is off. So that was just me just not reading then. It's this. There's a 3-hour gap in security camera footage. Oh yeah, there was. Somebody thought the briefcase was connected to. Seems very likely. You think it was the killer? Surely the shutting of the cameras would have made things easier for them. It would. Which means the killer would have been someone who had access to breakers. Seems only one person has the key. Couldn't be. Could it? Alright, little thief, your work here is done. First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm. Good morning, Mr. Winter. What? You? How did you get before me? Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you've made an early start. I see you've made a late one, Judge Gavelle. This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman. We're gonna go to court later, or... these games do not feature the court, but we do enter a cross-examination-like thing. So we'll get the court, but we won't get the court. Do you feel me? Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility. I do apologize. Okay, so this lady right here, she's like one of the head of the judges. She's on the cabinet of judges. She is currently threatening Edgeworth with his job. And Edgeworth said that. Well, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney. Associate, more like asinine. We'll see about that. Let's begin the investigation of the yard. Okay, I'll go get some official help.
Hold it!
That won't be necessary. Why not? We've already finished investigating the yard, and we won the prize in the process. But won? But I'm supposed to be the winner. His name is Useless Winner, by the way. Your Honor, I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to fully disprove it. I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth. As I'm sure you remember, your badge is in my hands. How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat.
Overruled.
You've been warned repeatedly, yes, and each time my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. I'm going to make this crystal clear. The community cannot and will not tolerate insubordination.
Objection!
The fate of my badge and the wounds on the committee are no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocent. Interesting. And spoken like a true defense attorney. Oh, another thing is, right, so this is Eddie Fender. This guy used to work with Edgeworth's father as a defense attorney, and we're currently with him to cheat the system and work on this case. And they know about the swap? They don't. They're just... So, they're trying to say that Simeon Saint did the murder. And while we found things that could show us that's the case, we're trying to prove that they're wrong. Because they're essentially trying to get an innocent man arrested. In that case, I should be equally uncompromising in the name of the goddess of justice. He looks like Dahlia. He kinda does. I will strike your case without mercy. When I am done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this. Ah, here we go. My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday. Mr. Carceretto did not see Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could have only been dropped down in the well during the show. He wasn't the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show, as Mr. Saint. That's still your assertion, and you can prove it, of course. Of course you can. What do you think we're up against? What useless man to say is that when we see the autopsy report just ahead of our arrival. She really is a very busy woman. Busy looking at her baby winner. The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep. Simeon C was off stage for that period of 15 minutes. That's nice of him to throw the victim's body down the well. I'm sorry. You gotta be, hold on. What? Autopsy report, please. On the 27th? I forget, is this case taking place in March or April? Do not tell me this man died on my birthday. Sure, there might be something with a flaw in your theory, Your Honor. You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it? Yes. I think I just might.
Hold it!
I thought everything Mr. Saint was the killer. You're clearly clinging to it rather stubbornly. You are certainly clinging to it rather stubbornly to the idea that Mr. Saint wasn't the killer. Do you have any conclusive evidence that he wasn't? And who the real killer might be? Just see what evidence you have yourself first. I am an emissary of the goddess of Duchess. My words are her words. But her words are wasted on you, I see. You would challenge her because the sky was blue. Support or a cult? You truly mean to refute the word of the divine? Then come, show me your evidence.
Hold it!
Isn't it possible that Mr. Carceretto simply failed to notice the body? Assistant to the Associate Attorney, you have been through the secret passage, have you not? Wow, how do you know? I noticed mud on you yesterday, on that charming key of your hair, to be precise. It's incredible. You have great people eyes like that. Answer me truthfully in the name of the goddess. Would you and would you not have noticed the body had that woman present? Well, you know, guess I would have. There you have it. Mr. Cresswell did not see a body, because there was no body to be seen.
Hold it!
Could you talk us through your reasoning on that a little more? Just for the performance, Mr. Knight borrowed the keys from Mr. Carceretto. More specifically, the key to a cell. Mr. Knight then used the key to leave his cell and then enter Mr. Knight's cage. Mr. Knight took Mr. Knight into the yard in the cage. That's where he killed him. The following day, Mr. Carceretto crawled his way to the tunnel. There's no body there yet. Wait a second, that doesn't add up. Mr. Carceretto smelled that sweet smell. So Mr. Knight must have been in the tunnel already. No, his body did not pass through the tunnel until the time after Mr. Carceretto fought through it. Mr. Carceretto used the tunnel right on the time the show was starting. The body was discovered just after the performance ended. From which you just deduced that the body had only been found in the wall during the show. Yes. And who the culprit must be?
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? No one else could have done it. I understand Mr. Barry's on the stage for the entire performance. Most of the prisoners were watching the show, and those who were not have plausible alibis. What about the guards? They too were watching the show, as were the warden. How can you be so sure? The guard could have easily approached the well unnoticed. None of the guards left their posts during the show. I have checked this for myself, you know. I took statements from each and every one of them. She's thorough, I'll give her that. But he finally realized the truth. The killer can only have been semi-insane. Judge Gavelle hasn't carried out a full investigation of the yard yet. Which means we got a day for a change. To review the evidence we gathered during the investigation of the yard, Alright, alright. What do I use for this? Because it's like, it's there. The only one who would have dropped the body down there in the show is Mr. Saint. Getting the same as another yesterday. Pressure did not see this body in pressure of the tunnel. Bike only be dropped during the show. Only one who had dropped it during the show was Mr. Saint. But who says it had to be during the show?
Objection!
Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The wall in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption. Contraption? Go on. You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by an elephant. I do. Just before he was to be absent for some time. He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Ripping the weighted end done well allowed him to complete the trick.
Objection!
Wait, wasn't that an flying so he gets still in the cage?
Hold it!
It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stick to keep the rope in place. With the second rope, he was able to pull the stick free, thereby controlling the weight when it was dropped. We have found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced by the knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death caused for the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have capable of the contraption and the time between the murder and the show.
Objection!
You're saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well then, who do you think is the number one most likely person to have used it to dispose of the body, Even you must see how this looks.
Objection!
If Mr. Saint was the killer, he would have simply done as Mr. Gavelle theorized, without these extra steps. Miss Berry. Yes? Does anyone else know if Mr. Saint's trick works? Well, let's see. We had to get the prisoner's approval on what we were going to perform, so I don't think Mr. Saint is the only one who knows. And there you have it.
Overruled.
Interesting. You've certainly been diligent in your investigation. And yet, I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work for what is right? Is that what I'm doing wrong? If so, then who deems that so? How could you not ask even that? How could you not see that you were doing wrong this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book. I think only what is right and just. I act as I see fit in each of which I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you and I can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back all I can bring to bear. Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well. Is there will that we must fight? Then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer. Why Saint is the suspect. The body was moved from the yard, the workshop. Then Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from a cell. The only person who has the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint. And thus he remains the only plausible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Saint's cell. But why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells? Yeah, it is pretty sus. But we've all met Mr. Saint. It's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely possible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness, nothing else. It may be plausible. It is no more than less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape. These are real solid elements and I'm going to get her to budge. My nose feels congested for some reason.
Hold it!
You seem to think that Mr. Knight was killed here in the yard. When do you think he was brought here? Sometime between midnight and 8 p.m. a.m. the day of the show. It had only been during that time. In other words, between the end of rehearsal and the start of the performance. So I was saying, the body was removed from the yard, the workshop.
Hold it!
Was there really no way he could have come in here? Mr. Knight was awaiting trial. If he, a random non-inmate, had openly entered the prison proper, he surely would have had noticed. And presumably none of you witnesses have testified to having seen such a thing. Precisely. Basically Goddess of Justice for granting you this insight. So as you will agree, it can only be Mr. Knight that was brought over here in a secret.
Hold it!
There's certain nobody else had the opportunity. You know, to remind you that we are in a prison. The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of ordinary would be spotted.
Hold it!
Did you say it was not under the same scrutiny, was he not?
Overruled!
The warden had granted the members of the circus troop special access. As a member of that troop, under the supervision of Miss Berry, he is the only person who is free to wander where he was willed.
Objection!
It seems you have gotten something, Your Honor.
Overruled!
Breakhead is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. Edgeworth. Very well then, recall this fact, you all. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around this prison. But there was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison. A time when it had been impossible for anyone to move through this prison entirely unmonitored.
Take that!
Mr. Sean was far from the only one who had the opportunity. What you talking about again? We previously established the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. And from this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that long a time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected. Do you mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That it was no simple camera malfunction? Is it even possible? It was completely possible to create a 3-hour gap using this.
Take that!
Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one which can be used to put the power to security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened around the time of the murder. But what? Such a shame. To see one so false short of the mark. The church wasn't what he's doing. Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door? Oh yeah, it was kind of locked up tight. And the warden's alone with the key. Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure. So I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily. Is that an ad break? It is. It feels so nasally for some reason. Mm. I think I got my first ever ad on your channel. That's. What do you mean first ever? Have you not been getting them before? It was a short one, but still. Are you saying you're already out of the ads? So that's also equally crazy. Add your over. I think it's crazy that you got such a small ad. So I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily.
Objection!
Whimsical, my beloved. No. Oh! I haven't read this one a bit. No, but one person could have. I beg your pardon. Person, the killer. The easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, the position here is such that no direct question now.
Objection!
What? There's no one like that. The breaker's actual expenses in there. It would be questioned in an instant. There's only one person who meets these criteria. I can hardly believe it myself, but I have to follow where the logic leads. The person who had access to the power room key was...
Take that!
The real culprit is... Oh, she came in. Perfect timing. Warden Lagarde. Oh, just look at you. Aren't you the cutest little poochie woo? He's not just a pretty face. Miss also has quite the nose for sweet things. Seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed. It's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume. Then perhaps it is the sweet stench of death. You're a poet, aren't you? I had no idea. If I didn't know any better, I'd almost think you were calling Moi the killer. That is precisely what I'm calling you. What? When Lagarde is the killer? Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying? Such a nutty boy. Don't be suspecting me, I'm the one in charge around here. It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we? And equally far-fetched. Just preposterous. Do you know what series you're in, lady?
Hold it!
But sadly, it is not. Now, although I can hardly believe myself, this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves the Warden Lagarde is the killer. Would it not be the fact that the breakers is what is not the breakers?
Take that!
This was you, the killer. Not. Oh, the sweet smell. It's the sweet smell. That's what's.
Take that!
You're such a crazy Warden. And here's your accuser. The police dog. He hadn't tracked the sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent. It's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're priceless, really you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Verity, do I? You put him in his place. It seems Judge Gavelle may have reached a similar conclusion to myself. You believe this to be no coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. I thought she had the key, and the scent found lingering in the body's hers as well. If we're just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as coincidence. However... Indeed, that seems the conclusion is approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the Warden has to say for herself. We should, and when we have, this case will finally be at an end. You're all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer. How can I possibly do such a thing? I didn't do it. Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in a cell. So by your logic, I would have had the victim killed in there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body? Especially since I know one in the prison. I was busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office right before the show began. Check if you like, you won't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper. That's not a good thing. There was a time period in which the cameras were off. I haven't had the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could have been the killer. Give me a break. Missile doesn't lie. Don't make it hard and everyone else can just come clean. Oh dear, I'm afraid you were the ones making things difficult. I just said I never went to the prison. You think I'm lying? Go and check the records. She clearly wants to check those records when because they won't help us. We're just going to find another way of getting the truth out of her. Please, Miss Edgeworth, step into the big silly. You made a boo-boo and you know it.
Hold it!
But Gavelle told you everything. Are you close? I guess the... What do you ask? Are you jealous? Jealous? Of what? I'd ask Ward and the guard for a lot of information on the first day of our investigation. It seems only right that I share some information in return. Oh, Verity, it just makes them sound awfully dry. But we had a lovely chat. Simply share the truth in their conversation. It was the least I can do. I'm not sure what's going on, but these two... They're terrifyingly formidable together. That Edgeworth voice sounds really off.
Hold it!
The murderer took place in a cell. You seem very happy to accept that. Why shouldn't I be? He's most likely a place for it to be having drawing attention. Besides, they found nice blood in the cell. Yes, I was being struck by Mr. Passeretto. I didn't even talk about that, I suppose. Check it, there's also been no testimony from the contrary. Doesn't matter. He's being killed in a cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway.
Hold it!
Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison? Please, darling, let me finish.
Hold it!
So you were in your office the whole time, and you didn't notice anything unusual? No, I can't say I didn't. You didn't notice anything missing? I must confess, I'm a rather messy girl. I don't forget one of that. It's lying down and it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse. I even lost some important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof. Just like that. But what? She still has a job? Honestly, if someone came into my office and took something, it might have years before I noticed. It seems to me more than just power room key exposure. The day of the murder, I was working in my office, and I was looking for something I misplaced. And I had a reason to go into the prison. Simply wouldn't have at the time.
Hold it!
Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison. But what if you took another out? Oh, come on now, sweetie. Surely you don't mean that awful filthy tunnel they discovered. Why, until yesterday I had no idea it even existed. No, you didn't know the way in. I'm certain of it. I wrote that it didn't require going through the main entrance of the tunnel. The route you took was through this location.
Take that!
Through the fence. Warden, you took the knife from the cell and brought him to your office, which just happens to be connected to the yard. You had a way through the fence, and you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel. A gold star for creativity, darling. And how I have gotten through the fence, Extremely high fence. One touch razor wiser. With thousands of volts of electricity going through it. Yeah, how's supposed to have gone through that, The fence electricity supply can be caught up in the great power room. And only for you have the key, Warden. No one but you could have done that. Fairly ridiculous. The power room was in the prison of the yard. One of the guard was on the detention center side. Will she even reach the power room? Exactly, Verity, darling. Oh, clever puss. You've dug yourself a real hole now. There's no record of Warden the guard having entered the prison proper. The idea that she could have shut the fence by using the breakers out of the question. Yeah. But there must be some other way she could have done it. Take a deep breath, good guy. Because you're cool and you've lost everything. If I find a solution, she might wiggle out of this. Hey, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. Nothing to begin by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? No matter how much you look at it, Warden the guard couldn't have done it alone. Miss Edgeworth, you cannot find it. You aren't doing yourself any favors by attracting the justice with your silence. That was a reflexive objection. But now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add. You permit me? Something that explains how the warden could have shut the break from the wrongs to the fence. Yes. Because it's not as impossible as it seems. But in order to shut the breaker. An accomplice? She couldn't have done it alone. What if she wasn't alone? Ooh, now we're talking. What if I saw a gray matter? Get up? I believe that Warden the guard has an accomplice. Enough, you just spun Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean? Sure, said nothing wrong. Inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets. The ones that raise the alarm if people go where they are not supposed to. Ah! Seems you realize your error. And here we are, of course, within the prison ground. But not only the bracelets were worn, but even the guards surveil each other for a sense of wrongdoing. Despite all of that, no one noticed Mr. Carcer's escape. The only ones who are free to roam are the animals. And they almost certainly could not have operated the breaker. No. So outcomes must be human. Then who did it, given the guy cannot be a prisoner or a guard? I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there was one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. I have just the evidence to show who that human person was.
Take that!
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets. Indeed. A broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner. What do you mean? And who is this prisoner? Frank saw it. One of the guard's favorite inmate. You mean to tell me that this man, all the way from case 1-1, is still up to no good even now? Yep, Frank made a reappearance earlier in the chapter. He tried really hard to prove that he was a good guy, and like he was just doing good things. Like, hey, how did you leave the prison if you can't leave? And he's like, oh well, no, okay, listen, I have my bracelet's broken. I've been abusing it for a while. It's like, model prisoner my ass. He also still despises defense attorneys. I wonder why that is. Ooh, she's sweating. It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while. That is pretty funky. I don't mean in a good way. Couldn't be the case for that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although, you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Bohemian or Kanis, for one. Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation. In that case, why don't we ask Mr. Saha himself? I'm kind of think he will confirm for us that he and Warden Guard are accomplices in this crime. The two of them had worked together, and a certain route in the prison becomes viable. Every night was moved from his cell to prison proper. Recall that there are two big obstacles in their path. First, the security cameras outside a night's cell. Second, the electronic fence in the yard. But she was able to move both obstacles in one fell swoop. By having Mr. Hotch of the corresponding breakers. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. You've had your fun. And you still denied Warden in the garden. Oh, no, darling, you got me. I admit it. But Warden? Tell me this isn't true. Sorry, Verity, honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it. No way! You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. You got her. Nice shooting, cowboy. She won't be looking at this now. As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. But we didn't kill a knight, did we? No, sweetums, no we didn't. But what? Gordon, explain yourself. Oh, Verity, dear. I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. She is all merciful. You have but to confess, and you should be saved. Oh gosh, alright, I was being threatened. I had no choice. What to do as he said. Who's he? Bloody Harmer Kanis. That awful assassin. Kanis? How long has it been since that awful man came to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. The moment we were alone, he said this to me. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs are not confined to this fine institution. Others? Yes. Very loyal dogs. Dogs who willingly ask of them. Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing. I would recommend that you take care of how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have set up my dogs on you, or your precious family. I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for. Everything. Wait, is that he became the fixer? Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command, and smuggled in from all he wanted. Eventually, I bought dear sweet Frankie into a little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him, too. So you were smuggling in contraband? How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. It allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dragged the package down the well in the prison cell and went back to the fence. Each one of them spritzed with a little of my perfume. So that's what the sweet smell was. Yes, it was in for Kanis' dog. When he picked up the scent, he would attach the packages and bring them back to his master. He'd make sure Rocco wasn't in the cell at the time, of course. Can't have been easy for him for keeping me from figuring out. Well, we're all very much creatures of habit here at prison, darling. Everything runs on a schedule, meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. And the adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Kanis' dog, poor thing. So there's no risk of him raising the alarm either. He's oversight on everything out here at the prison, which makes her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Kanis couldn't fail. Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning, switch the breakers back on, and the work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes of the cameras, which I'll do later when I get the chance. You have shared a great deal, Warden. The goddess of justice will surely take your honesty into account. I've been the most dreadful fool I know I have. Supposed to be the one in charge. The day of the night's murder was also one of our delivery days. And so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. There was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go to the yard. So that's the secret behind the fixer system, and why she was... Police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I had to lend them a hand myself, you know. Heaven knows how many times I've called the secret scoundrel to my office to talk to me. No matter what I say, how much evidence I printed them with, he simply won't say a word. That's why you were interrogating Mr. Kanis over and over. Exactly. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his. I brought everything to the police having that rotten scoundrel. Watches every move. Intercepts every letter he wrote. His letters. And I suppose you must know about his correspondence chess games, too. But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clue as to who his enemies were. Living in fear like this, you just can't comprehend it. As you just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The words of Warden Lagord's confessions have cleansed her of all suspicion. Surely there's no need to haunt her any longer. Has she really been cleared of all suspicion now? Or is it more about to uncover? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. I think the Goddess of Justice would agree. It's going to make her suffer even more than she already has. Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Kanis has nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She made herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fixer's delivery route. I believe she used that same route to move Knight's body. And where's your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth? It's in the fact that the sweet smell of Knight's body is the exact same sweet scent as Warden Lagord uses the signal delivery. What do you make of that? Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now. The whole probably smells of it. Someone must have just rubbed off on his body. That does match the statement Mr. Prosecutor provided. Smell. Yeah, always smelled kinda nice down there. Nice. Gee, I don't know. It smelled sort of like dessert, I guess. His words would seem to suggest that the smell had been permeated through the well. Even rendered speechless, I see. Then I hereby move on to adjourn this session of the court. No, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? What can I do? This is as far as we go. Finally, we're finally done. Yes, Eustace, it seems we are. By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. Who was that? Come on, Judge G. Things are just getting good. Fender. Are you pushing to my adjourning this session? No. What a shadow objection if I want to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn. Don't adjourn. Whatever you float your boat. What are you doing, Mr. Fender? Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a choco, shall we? Oh, I mean, a square of a chocolatey goodness. Anyone? You're trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court. No, my bad. Just had a quick request to make us all. Simeon Saint's lawyer, that is. Oh, yes. Forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender. How could you? You're killing me here. Can you blame us? You've been making us do everything this whole time. Right, you are. Which is why I figured it's time to put some in some work. Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you've worked a day in your life. Then let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. What if I question the witness? No, I'm using but what is all that? I've got a feeling in my funny bone that the thief's here. Some more to tell us about the killer. Do I? Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on the team, Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. And you don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears. Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing? He's trying to coax Warden Lagord into giving something away. Ask yourself, why could she go all the trouble of sending Knight's body into the odd journey? Because she wanted to frame Mr. Kanis. She did? No way! She's convicted of committing murder here. That have been grants for a transfer to prison. Most likely a more secure facility. And we're gonna be out of her here forever, huh? Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it. No. She cannot be the killer. That's not fair. I was already to prosecute him. I know, right? Well, we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, yeah? Nice. Coach Winner has to go along with, too. Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course. How could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Eddie Kings, you're such a way of your words. You should just doing my job, thief. Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verity, darling. Do say you'll let me. As you wish. Court is unadjourned. Can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender. Ooh, me neither. Thank you for the timely intervention. Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. Besides, the defense never rests. Am I right? Simeon's depending on us. Sadly, I think just about exhausted my reserves with a little spoiler chat there. We can't pull this up now. Which means you're up at bat, Miles. Show him that never rest spirit. I shall. Anyways, let's get started. My truth. I don't really think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Kanis. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He certainly the type. Whatever the sort of details, it was him. He shot that poor man to death. Then he had his dog dispose of the body. It simply has to be what happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes? I did him the most terrible disservice. Yes, you killed him. Suppose you can put it that way. I weren't such a sorry excuse for a warden. This would never would have happened. And that's why I have to clean up this horrible, terrible mess. Warden Lagarde. As ever, your honesty is truly your credit. I'm certain Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping in tears of gratitude. You've clearly never met Mr. Knight. You was an asshole.
Hold it!
You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that? Because all the other children in my little home are absolute sweethearts. They have faith in themselves and one another. They have faith in the guards and me. And they work hard every day to believe in themselves. None of them ever dare commit murder. One of them did try to escape the prison though. It's a very touching reason indeed. I don't believe a word of it. But Kanis, oh, he's rotten to the core. He's the one who would do something like that.
Hold it!
Knight was being kept in the holding cell while Mr. Kanis was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them and their opposite ends of the facility? Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. All kinds of awful things can happen. But Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. And I can't imagine anything significant was happening in that short space of time. You don't know about Kanis, my dear. He'd find a way, I'm sure of it.
Hold it!
How could he have taken a dislike from someone all the way over the holding cells? I'm just collecting responsibilities out there, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really went on when we've seen them. You're so awfully serious, aren't you? Not that I mind, of course. Why is she looking at me like that? So noble, so dashing in that marvelous suit. So clever. I feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can. That belongs to Old Windbag, actually. Stay with me, Edgeworth. I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught.
Hold it!
What more can you tell us about those sword details? Well, we all know Kanis wants to have a living. I did the killing part gave much trouble. Especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think. Couldn't turn his head to the right toward here. So they told me when they brought him in anyway. I must make some sort of report for the warden when the room cruiser is remitted. You seem keen for us. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. But because I didn't, sweetie. The victim was simply a fun target for that monster, nothing more. So Kanis sees the chisel on his head and his chest set, don't you? Awful grisly business. Just imagine, the man probably didn't have time to cry out. I see. Thank you for your thoughts, those are very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear them in a little more detail, if you don't mind. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush. Each have the you all day. Oh, don't make me so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course we can talk with him some more.
Hold it!
Which chest would that be, precisely? Why, the one the victim brought in, sweetie. Don't you kind of keep up? The victim is certain left chest fanatic, or someone with the bleed. The naughty boy sticking the chisel inside of it. Can you imagine? How does she know about the chisel in the chest set? Only people were supposed to know about that. After all, we only learned about it thanks to certain deductions we made. So, how did she find out? Of course, the hands of the killer are like Kanis. Even a chisel would serve as a deadly weapon.
Hold it!
You seem to have very strong feelings about Mr. Kanis. Well, of course I do. That's what he said to me. When I asked the he was into carry it. He was still anything that's snake. He sounds stuff as rock. That infuriating self-satisfied look on his face made it come back to his cell. I the boy was thinking about it. Surely don't blame her on that account.
Hold it!
Surely not suggesting that the dog threw away that body down the well. I told you already, darling. Kanis is more dog than the beastly creature. Remember, he has pets on the outside, too. I mean, he brought someone outside the prison to help commit the crime. Of course not, silly. Oh, they have made it to security. At least so-called thought picture, no? Exercise that fabulous brain of yours a little. How hard would have been to recruit a dog on the inside? Or even plant one? Interesting. Does this dog have a name? Well, if I knew that, my life would be so much easier, now wouldn't it? Anyway, it's just a little thought. You can ponder it in your own sweet time, darling. She's a slippery one. I'm not gonna be able to catch her with this line of questioning, it seems. One of the cards' testimony is a little more than a house of cards. Just need to push her on the right statement to bring it all tumbling down. But how do you know?
Objection!
Word in the guard. You strike me as being more careful than the image projects. Word in the guard. You strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please call me Fifi or Sweetie Pie if you prefer. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realized in this instance. Aren't you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed, we're all family here. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, don't let it get inside your head. You said earlier that you didn't know much about the night. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Oh, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisoners when they come in?
Objection!
You're not taking away out of this one, warden. That is entirely irrelevant, and you know it. And I didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought in by Saint when he came to visit. The knights wouldn't have had it with when he arrived. Oh, what? I mean, of course that when Mr. Saint came in,
Objection!
You checked him? I find that hard to believe. You did. That makes your story all the more stranger. You found the chisel. Why did you not confiscate it there and then? Judge Gavelle, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set? I did not. No one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel word in regard? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Knight or Say on his arrival. Indeed. Such a thing imply intentional oversight have been found yet let on through. Precisely. So one in the garden, and the answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about this chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. Submit that you... Alright, darling. Please rub it in. You got me alright. I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. A moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth? None, Your Honor. Thank you, darlings. I'll clear this awful understanding, I promise. Very well, go ahead, warn the garden, and please, tell the truth this time. Her lips turned to wear thin. This motion to expose her. So I questioned tonight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand. I make a point of talking to every newcomer in our little home. And there was no difference. We just had a little chat, you might call it. After we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away. The more lies she tells, the more thoroughly she seals her fate. So simply a conversation with a new detainee. That seems entirely above board. Exactly, Verity, darling. I knew you'd understand.
Objection!
Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement? Suppose we shall see, won't we? Edgeworth, begin your cross-examination.
Hold it!
So am I right in assuming that you talked to Mission Knight the night before the show? Exactly, darling. I would have been around 3 a.m. on the 27th. 3 a.m. This falls squarely in the window of time with an office report. It seems rather late for a friendly chat. Wouldn't he have been asleep? Normally, yes. If you remember, a guard was attacked in his cell. I examined the scene of the crime, gathered information. These things take time, sweetie. I assure you he was wide awake. We all were. Yeah. Regardless, I find it somewhat odd that you would choose a question at such a late hour. Oh, you're such a tease, aren't you? Anyway, no matter how odd you think it is, I had Brown with me and that's what happens. Must be questioning everything, the last thing I say. Sorry, Thieves, he's just like a dog with a bone sometimes. I should have scolded him once we're done. So, would you mind giving us a little more info? Like where you had him brought to? Well, of course. Where else? Our office, which is where we believe the body was moved from. Do you mind echoing what you just said to your spit this morning? Anything for you, darling?
Hold it!
Did I do this one? Okay, fine.
Hold it!
Remind me where your office is. You've seen the sign in the detention center corridor, am I imagine? Clearance no entry? That's it, sweetie. My office is just in there. But you'll walk in the holding cells. I understand you also have access to the yard. Oh, of course. To my gorgeous little gardeners. Oh, I see where you're going with this. You're saying that's why I moved the body. You had the means, the opportunity. It's hardly impossible.
Overruled.
Hardly impossible proves nothing. You've not disputed this assertion.
Objection!
And there's no other way that the body could have been moved.
Overruled.
Surely you haven't forgotten this Mr. St. Luke dropped his body down the well? Yeah, what she said. You're miles off, Edgeworth. That's a good one. Ugh. We shouldn't push this any further for now.
Hold it!
And what did you and Knight speak about? Well, nothing much. Just some small talk, really. Asked him about what animals he liked and what his hobbies were. His hobbies? I imagine you talked about chess. Well, yes, I couldn't stop from talking about it, in fact. He even had a piece of paper covered with little notes about it in the cell. At least, I think that's what they were about. So she's seen Knight's correspondence chess diagram.
Hold it!
How was he when you spoke with him? Oh, he was so open and honest, darling. Oh, what? That guy, honest. He was talking about one's croissant and promoting a prawn. Suppose he must have been hungry. A croissant and promoting a pawn. Seems he spared no one from his deception with chess.
Hold it!
If he really had gone back to his cell, would he still be alive? If he really gone back to his cell, he'd still be alive today. You really think I murdered the poor man right here in my office, do you? What would my motive have been, darling? Told you, I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against Kanis, but I had nothing to do with that animal. It surely does hate Kanis. Or in the guard, I must assist you in append that statement to your testimony.
Hold it!
You said that you bear a grudge against only Mr. Kanis, is that correct? No, I despise him. Coming into my prison, thinking he can do whatever he wants. He won't get away with it. I'll clip his wicked wings, that's the last thing I do. That awful dog of his. It's a menace. Completely upended the peace and quiet of my home. She even hits his dog. It does seem like at first glance she doesn't have much wants to kill a knight. But she hates Connor so much that she probably hates anyone who has anything to do with him. Thinking about that from that angle, the key to breaking the is when he surely reveal itself. She likes to get all the peeps, huh? Pretty chummy word in prison, yeah, that's me. Chummy? She killed the man detective. Poor guy would have been in cuffs, not to mention the wreck race. He was defenseless. One the guy was the murderer. The evidence points to that conclusion and no other. Not having to do with the animal? Not true. Correspondence chats. Correspondence chats.
Objection!
Ugh. Judge Gavelle, I'd like you to take a look at this. That's been a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth? It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden of the Guard. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You've seen it, Mr. Kanis' cell too. What do you mean?
Objection!
Oh, come on now. Don't tell me you haven't seen the look on the chessboard in maximum security. I imagine you watch it every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. She wants to find out who his cronies are, right? Personally, interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. As you said, Mr. Kanis had threatened you. He put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were. What if I did? Yes, to this you've read letters, which means you've lost one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondent chess. And then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of the very particular game. We ourselves have used that diagram to make a connection between the two men. It seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Kanis' henchman, sent to kill you. Which is the real reason she had that chat with Prosecutor. His boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. When you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. Further inside his chest set, you found a hidden chisel. The murder weapon itself. As far as you were concerned, the chisel meant one thing, Kanis. Thus you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Kanis. That's why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Gavelle, your verdict, please. Much as it grieves me, there appear to be a little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by... In the name of the God of justice. Who is it this time? Warden? It's a joke. It's all just a big stupid joke. You people just don't get it, do you? You can prove that it's you who didn't understand things correctly. Me? Please, darling. I understood all perfectly well, thank you very much. You may understand there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth. You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this, Your Honor. The verdict.
Overruled.
I'm curious what the warden has to say. What? You're a doll, Verity. That's one thing I want to say. Then Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner. You rang? Does anyone remember a certain autopsy report? Of course. We received the finalized version only this morning. That's right. I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches? Wait. Riddle me this, Mr. Edgeworth. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound? Ugh. Forgive me, oh goddess. You came personally close to making a terrible mistake. Looks like your theory is the one that doesn't hold up in water, Edgeworth. What now, Well, what do we do? It'll be fine. The truth always comes through, right, sir? Looks like me like the Miles Edgeworth's out of commission. You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Attorney's on the head of the Deceptor block. Blow out the first mind-blowing... Turn things on the head of the District block. What are the first mind-blowing thing that comes to mind to you? Look, Detective, I'm much as a man as an action as the next guy. Without evidence, we're up against a pretty wild battle here. Something out of the road. Can't give up now. We have to do something. Certain the Warden of the Guard is the killer. It's the only explanation to me that fits the facts of the case. But the chisel wasn't the murder weapon. Other bladed weapons... What other blade weapons is here in this facility? Seems we still don't have all the answers. Another detective that brought the answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Oh, come on, G. You're giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Overruled.
You're calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender. Nope, not me, nuh-uh. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? What is the mailroom movement, since there's no cooling at the chisel? Confound it. This question throws everything we've deduced out the window. Man, Mr. Edgeworth, let me to remind you that claims not supported with sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties. It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. Love as I am to admit it, I can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simeon's counting on us. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was. He was devastated. I was more pain than him over Knight's death. There's no way he did it. But if we can't save him, who will? And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I for one won't walk away until we've have some. Okay. Gee, Miles. Your little buddy's here is quite the motivational speaker. She's right, too. When you fancy yourself on the ropes, think of your clients. Picture them pleading with you to help them. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can to the very end? Think you old man. Good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he always find a way to turn it around and save his client. And you're just like it, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simeon's counting on you. Judge Gavelle, you seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. If you meant to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You repeatedly proposed misguided theories and made numerous false accusations. If you do so again, I have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve you of your badge for good. She's right. Put forward a number of theories that prove that they're flawed in one way or another. You made some sort of fundamental oversight. Wait. She said my fears were misguided. Nothing to say. In the court, we're told no more of your time wasting. I hereby... Sir! Mr. Edgeworth! Give my verdict. That's it. I've been thinking about the wrong answer all this time. My theories weren't misguided, and I was being missiled. The defendant to me is safe. I think it's a little too soon for that, Your Honor. I said it's well past due, darling. Won't you agree, Verdi? Mr. Edgeworth? Let me proceed. But what? I to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog, Helmet, the fact that he wasn't at the show, these and the factors made Mr. Nugget the obvious suspect at first. Yes, again, Mr. Edgeworth? You seem almost proud of your blunder. But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Kanis? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? And I have been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if you're stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon is removed? Just leave the trace of the blood on it just for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel's the murder weapon. But why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel's the murder weapon, rather than whatever is really used? Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. What it suggested? What are you talking about, darling? Mr. Winter, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, who would you think? Huh? That Mr. Kanis is the killer. And there you have it. That was the trap wanted to set for us. Oh. Mr. Kanis had a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right? Indeed. That was her plan from the start. Her friend is Bohemian Kanis. The reason would appear to be sound. Warren Lagarde certainly seems to harbor a deep, unbinding hatred for Mr. Kanis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that the Warden Lagarde is the killer. I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we know must exist. If you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here.
Objection!
If we can just find the real murder weapon...
Objection!
How many times would it to go over this? We searched the prison top and bottom. Yes, this is quite current. No other possible murder weapon has been found, so I'm afraid you're a bit of an impasse.
Objection!
I can sleep with my case yet, Your Honor. It is still inside this prison. This would have made sure of that. Security gate. I'm glad you at least remember what it is. Why do you remember what it does? Of course I do, I'm not an idiot. Security gate detects metal. Which means you can't bring any metal in prison or take it out. Oh. Precisely. There's another murder weapon. It cannot be taken out of the premises. But no could have been brought back into the prison in the first place. So we find ourselves right back where we began. Just Gavelle? What am I trying to tell you, Edgeworth? So if you wish to make me believe that there is another murder weapon here in the Plaza prison, you will also have to explain how I got here. Alright, we know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison outside of Pocket Chess set. But the contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. But the murder weapon came from outside the facility. There must be a way for the bring it in. Yes, the question of ours is this. Can you show me the alternate route? How did the weapon warden the guard used to get into the prison? Ooh, my voice is... I'm losing my voice. Ugh. I think for the remainder of this, I'll just talk normally. Making voices is fun, but I can't do it anymore. You brought evidence from the police to help your investigation, is that correct? Why, yes, sweetie. Everything like the Kanis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've called the secret scoundrel in my office to talk to me. Of course, that's how. The fact that this is here with this shows how a bladed object could have been brought into the facility as well.
Take that!
The bell. Because that's metal, is it not? Mind you of a conversation with Mr. Kanis yesterday. Yes, it's only but one of my bells. One of only two in existence. Just two. Two and only two. One for my knife, and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide after all. And I must be able to use my tools, precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. So you see, there's a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized. As part of evidence, one the guard barred from the police. Oh, what? Mr. Kanis' knife is part of the evidence in the case against him, and that evidence was here in this prison. Not only that, the knife has a certain bell attached to it. The bell was attached to the chisel. Correct. The killer that took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. That can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. You know the thing is if the chisel was the murder weapon, and then attached it to the belt to it. Yet, in so doing, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Kanis. Who and who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person to whom had been entrusted. Who was it, sir, who's been messing with the evidence? Who that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde? The bell is exactly rare, you know. I think they could have set that up. Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique. There's only two of them in existence. What? What? By attaching that bell to the chisel, you could have declared yourself the killer. We don't have any proof the knife was ever here to begin with.
Hold it!
I don't. Not yet, anyway. Mr. Winter, let's you to order notice to the prison right away. Huh? What if you find something, it's gonna make it things awkward for me. This isn't about what's convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Well, yeah, but, you know... This worthless excuse for a prosecutor. Investigative authority when he's sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well she'll do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a shirt, use it. Sorry, darling, but not without the evidence. The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who like these worded claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will be settled in the courtroom. No. We give the guard the opportunity. But the short evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. But what do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. What am I thinking? I'm not this reckless. No, I can't back down now. Gotta put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney of the client to defend. Only I can save Mr. Saint, and that means... Even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. That's the phoenix in you, baby. It's now or never. Should I object? I suppose this must have a certain serial bluffer always feels. Regardless, I cannot walk away. Wait, Your Honor. Sorry to be good, Mr. Edgeworth. I got it. Got what exactly? The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Kanis' knife is. Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth? I do. Not at all. If I did not know better, I'd say that you were bluffing. You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know anything more word. It's just terrible for my heart. But there's no way you could. It's not here, I tell you. Well, if these will kind of doesn't enlighten us, where's the murder weapon? Think, Miles. Think. Somewhere not even the police would search. A blind spot in the zoo. Kind of place we're not supposed to sure of. Hmm? A hiding place? No. Do you insist? Come on, helmets, open up. Did you use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Are you saying that the crocodile has the weapon in its mouth? But I want to think about it. How many focal points of evade detection could there be? Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting? There's the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we seem to lose everything. Your Honor, this is where the real motive weapon is being hidden.
Take that!
Here, in the yard. Indeed. I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more? First, the real murder weapon hidden.
Take that!
Of course. That's what it must have been. Huh? It's metal detector. It's the metal detector, sir. It's all reacting to the alligator. What? How? The animal detector was reacting to something inside the after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel? Didn't we just figure out it was in the murder weapon? You may recall that Mr. Kanis had the chisel in his dog's mouth. You believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way. That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there. What? No way! You detected the presence of a metallic object during our early investigation. Judge Gavelle, we need to know what's inside that alligator. Understood. Then we need to do something at a veterinarian. I'm sure I can get the little speedy to open up for us. I'll be happy to give it a try. You've still been here? Please, by all means. We're in the garden. The remote point is this about to be revealed. I'll do the right thing and confess. I have nothing to confess. As you wish. And you can simply wait and watch as your walls get exposed. Yeah. Sir, we got it. That has to be it. It's over, Phil. Thief of the garden. The room it open was Bohemian Converse's knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight. I'm not the criminal here. This is what Kanis is doing. I did the right thing. It was a threat. He was Kanis' lapdog. First of this big old man, Kanis. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy for him. He ruined my paradise on Earth. He ruined everything. Curse him. Curse that pitched butcher. That awful, terrible, despicable man. Curse him. What the fuck? Holy shit. Okay, he died March 27th. Cool. Prosecutor, the winner, sir. Fast prize, which came just back. The winner? Guess we've all been under a lot of stress. Traces of Bronco Knight's blood were found on the Mr. Kanis' knife. Just as you said, sir. I'll listen to an stunning victory. Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like. Yes, sir. The winner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little. With rage? Excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done. Huh? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I? We've yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was looking for Miss Kanis. It'll be vital to know We'll run it over, simply jump to conclusions on the front. Huh? Huh? There's a clueless, and then there's you. Well, so we're gonna get to our investigation. Alright, officer, you with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness the first-rate investigative talent in action. Yes, sir, I'm on with you, sir. Can't wait to watch your work. It's winning time. Took this case to cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a prisoner is news enough. Now his would-be assassin was murdered. But none never sought to kill the prisoner in the first place. The truth is not always important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth. In the eyes of the both society and the law. How can you even say that? You don't have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept this as the real reality of the world he operates in. Being a prosecutor is more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe. We are all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences. What does that even mean? Well, you're not gonna take his... I'm afraid I must be going now. Go, Mr. Edgeworth. She's evil. Judge Gavelle is right. That's my only one set of laws for everyone. But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience? Simeon, you're out! Hi, Reginald. Is everything alright? They did chill out, right? Yeah. But I'm so confused what's going on. Some guy just came in and said I was free to go. And I have Mr. Edgeworth thing. You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer was. Wow, really? You look for me, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh no. No. Stop treating me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the work from me under now. Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you. So say thanks already. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. And a great vision of very thank you from me, too. Mr. Saint thinking directly to me. Small victories, I suppose. Can I just ask one question, Mr. Attorney? Sure. I'm not asking an attorney, though. I thought that Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him. But now... But now? Well, it's just... I never knew. I wanted to believe that he could hate someone enough to kill them. He had someone like that from me. Then he never really trusted me, did he? That's not true, Julian. Of course he trusted you. No, he didn't. If he just told me, it could have stopped him. Could have just told him that hate never helps. Then he had to let go of all that stuff. Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. Should show him the thing that proves not trust him. Is it the chess set?
Take that!
It's the chess set I brought it from. I had hidden a chisel inside. Imagine he meant to use it to escape. What? I mean, he was using me. No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so interesting to look inside. Imagine by not telling you, he was hoping you could keep you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh. But Bronco, why didn't you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simeon? Sure he does. He may not show up, but Simeon's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole fitting going tomorrow. That's not as complimentary as you would think it is. I'll try. I have to, for Bronco. I have to show him he can become the best animal trainer out there. That's the spirit. Oh, I almost forgot. We're, doing a new show soon. I'd love if you can come, Mr. Edgeworth. Maximilian! I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right. The Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You have oodles of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go. Well, I'll think about it. Alright, Simeon. We got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regina got acquainted. What? Reach the tiger? No way, I can't. No. Oh, you'll be fine, silly. You never need. You never meet a nicer kitty cat. I can't. Evil. Please switch into anything but that. Please. Another satisfied customer. Well, that was really something, Miss Smiles. How about pulling up the bill? Couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, that you didn't think forever even being able to investigate the case in the first place. Oh, stop it. Cut me in the back any harder and you're gonna make me blush. Or topple over. Suppose it would be asking too much if you take this seriously. Seriously? Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyways, how's it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. Like Director was sitting right here beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job. That's good? Bittersweet? I'm not sure. Say, Miles, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time? Excuse me. You know, pick up wherever you really call. Get out there and actually help people. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Which Edgeworth isn't about to switch sides? Why not? Coming over to the light side's a lot of age. Everyone's doing it these days. Come on, Mr. Fender. You know it's not about that. Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question. No, you weren't. The heck you were. Looks like you got a mean defense team you got yourself, Miles. Fender, I'm a prosecutor. Yep, and I'm an attorney. You can be one too. I'm serious. Well, I said my piece. You change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting. Follow in my father's footsteps. Could I really do such a thing? I'm gonna become a defense attorney, just like my dad. Attorney, like my father. Me? Ah, that was the end. I thought they were gonna say a little more, but interesting. Turnabout Legacy beginning opening. Alrighty then. To be frank with you all, I can't do it anymore. My voice is killing me. Maybe I'm catching something. Maybe I'm getting sick. I don't know. But I can't do a 6-hour stream like I did before. For this one, not without breaks. At least with Mega Man, I don't have to talk all the time. But also using my regular voice for most of the characters. But for some reason, it's killing me on Ace Attorney. So I apologize, but I'm gonna have to end here. A 2-hour stream instead of a 3-hour stream. But with that, I will be ending. I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming Saturday. I'll be finishing up the remainder of Mega Man Star Force Dragon. It'll be afterwards, depending on how fast we do it, I will be moving on to Mega Man Star Force Zerker Ninja, playing the Ninja version. But with that, I will be ending here. I thank everyone for being here, and have a good one. Bye-bye.